Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourselves in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to another exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening is going to be set just outside the periphery of the grand cathedral that is being erected in the name of the Sabbat in central Dublin in the Kilmainham prison. Both Amelia Collins and Rash are venturing out after an evening's politicking and feeding in the communal area in order to return to their havens for the night when they hear a very weak, startled cry of surprise, followed by a very sharp cracking noise. It is the visceral sound of a major bone being snapped, that kind of wet noise.
Media kind of responds with, whirling around probably. It's eyes darting left, right. That's the sound of someone either killing something or feeding something in her mind.
What's Raish going to do?
What?
I said, what's Raish going to do?
What's going on? Sorry, I had like the weirdest fucking moment of vertigo, so I was trying to like write everything because it was going to the side, and I did not like it.
As you're leaving the cathedral for the evening, having conducted an evening of politicking and feeding, as you leave down, you hear a sickening crack, like the sound of bone being snapped in a wet, unpleasant manner down a corridor, down an alleyway that connects the line of shops to the high wall of the outer jail of the cathedral proper.
Oh, that sounds like some fucking food. So, go check it out.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
You will see this figure here stood dressed in ragged finery, the finery of centuries past, moldering on his skin. In his arms, he has a person held, one hand to their chest, the other his teeth dug into their neck. His eyes are open. He appears to be entirely in control as he yet feeds, until, clearly stated, he stops. A moment later, the entity in his arms crumbles to dust.
Rash is just gonna look sad that he didn't get to fucking eat the dude because it crumbled to dust. Rash is like, that was a whole meal wasted.
Damn.
The figure, clearly a Nosferatu via its misshapen appearance, the long nailed hands, the bat-like ears, the swept-back features. His skin appears to almost be stony. It appears to be scaled, and he'll look at you and he will say, hissing under his breath as he inhalates, the sweet blood still lingering on his lips. So, children, this is modernity. I can't say I approve.
Yeah, Amelia kind of stands there, kind of like, what the fuck? And then when he goes, so children, she's like, oh fuck, it's an elder.
Oh, poor things. Nothing but dust in the end. Where are my manners? He will offer a slight bow and he will say, Wenceslaus the Elder, Clan Nosferatu.
Amelia Collins, neonate, Clan Brujah.
A philosopher king. Good to see that your noble blood still survives to this day.
What? Stare.
On the last character note, of course, the Brujah are a high clan.
Yeah.
And what of you, child?
Rash is just gonna bow. I am Naram Ameri. Would he be considered a neonate, or would he be considered? Oh shit! What's the next one?
Ancilla.
Yeah, or would he be that? I don't know. Probably neonate. Honestly.
Is he 100 years old plus?
Barely.
You could call yourself an Ancilla if you really wanted to.
Fuck it. Naram Ameri. Ancilla.
Of what clan do you belong?
I belong to no clan.
He will contemplate for a moment. Nimiri. An interesting name. Where is it from?
A little place that is now Syria.
Ah. Do you speak Arabic, Kim?
Curious. What kind of Nagaraja would I be?
He will say, Salam al-Jishi Kendi alaikum, which is literally, may the light, it's an inversion of may the light of God shine upon you. It's may you never see the light of day.
I'll just reply, and you as well. Fuck it.
It has been so long since I have seen blood of my blood, since I have seen the children. Oh, how wonderful. And to speak again in the tongues I know and I remember, it is gratifying.
Brash will just kind of nod.
Yep, Minu just nods like, yep, it's good to see you, buddy.
Where do I find myself?
Dublin?
He blinks. The name clearly doesn't mean anything to him.
Ireland?
Interesting. I had never been to Hibernia before this. Yet now I find myself here. But so many things you can tell me. He walks forward and he holds out his hands. He's going to put his hands on Amelia's face if Amelia's not going to stop him.
No, she just stands there like, oh, this is happening, and then gets her face touched by a creepy Nosferatu. She's like, oh,
He will lean in and kiss her on the forehead.
Oh, she just closes her eyes like, oh, that's slime. Yep, that's definitely slime. Oh, yep.
Noble scion of the Bruja's blood. How wonderful. He will do the exact same to Rash. To stroke their face and kiss them on the forehead.
Rash just stands there. Yep.
Pretty much the same reaction as me. Just yep, this is happening.
Rash is like, I ain't gonna fuck with this dude. He's a Nosferatu. He like hella super old. Not even sure if he knows what the fucking Camarilla and the Sabbat are.
Oh, for the love of God, try and ask him that question.
Oh,
no. Rash is not
fucking priceless.
Yeah, they weren't even a thing 800 years ago.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, no, this mofo don't even know.
And what of... yes, you will forgive me. It has been so long since I have had a conversation with anyone of significance or note.
Nothing to forgive, she'll say, smiling, wiping her face. You know?
So, do you know how fares my adoptive homeland? How fares sweet Wallachia?
Immediately, EXE has stopped working.
Do you want to roll intelligence academics?
I would like to roll intelligence academics, yes, so I know what I'm talking about.
Do you want to roll intelligence academics difficulty 7 and needing 3 successes?
Fucking serious. Then, of course, beautiful time for the bot to stop fucking working.
It hasn't worked all fucking day.
It's been 10.
Oh, it's working. Well, actually, I don't know if it was working earlier today because I was not there.
If you want, I can roll it for you, Torna, on my own dice roller.
Yeah, I don't mind.
How many dice is in your pool?
Fucking intelligence academics. Let me double check. It is 4 dice.
Nope, that's a botch. What is a one? Yeah.
What the fuck is that? I don't know.
I got 3 successes using.
Wallachia is a modern-day portion of southern Romania and northern Bulgaria. It used to be an independent kingdom, but then it was absorbed, in about the 1500s into both of the above.
Oh.
And it was conquered by the Ottomans.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, oh, gee. It's more fucking old.
He was mentioning, or not he specifically, Dracula was talking about all that good shit in Castlevania.
He's sitting there going, Castle, he got a bare chest, I want to rub it.
Who?
Dracula throughout most of that game has a bare chest. He kind of just has the very...
I'm talking about the show where you rarely see Dracula. You get to see his son, Alucard. But...
Continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Play the game for more than just a bare-chested vampire, okay?
That's a lie. We know you can. Continue.
Nah, now if there was some bare-chested females, we might have a different conversation.
Boobies are great.
You do have a really nice set of abs, though. Rash will just kind of rub the back of his head and say, it could be doing better, theoretically speaking.
I am sorry to hear that. It would be too much to hope that my son would still be Prince of Bucharest, but anything is possible.
You just nod sagely, like, yes. Yes.
Might I ask who your son is?
Wenceslaus the Younger, of course.
Fucking
gross. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Could I roll like some vampire lore or some shit?
Yeah, DC, stupid. Successes, stupid. You're gonna need 3 successes at Div 8.
Alright, Amelia.
Cool.
Derp our way to victory.
Derp our way to victory.
Nope, only 2. Actually, no, only 1 if it's Div 8. Yeah, it's Div 8, so only 1.
Yeah, Rash.
I believe in you.
Nah, Rash is like, yeah, I ain't never heard of the dude. Chrissy doesn't say that, but and like in his head, he's like, yeah, doesn't ring a bell. So Rash will just kind of shrug. So, I don't know, actually.
Ah, I have faith in my son. He was always just so. He always knew the steps to take. I was so proud of him.
And I am sure he did wonderfully.
Nod. Yep.
But my apologies, darling children. You must be so hungry.
You know, I'm getting flashbacks to that like fucking meme that went around on the VTM like Facebook page a while back, and it was like, you know, you remember it was like the Camarilla elders or the Camarilla Ancias or Ancillas, and then it was like
No, it was the different levels of elder. It was the American elder, the European elder, and the elder. And the quote for the elder was, "What is this Camarilla?" Question mark.
Yeah, no, and like his little like it was like you just better fucking run. And, like yeah, not like Rash is just there like tuka, yeah.
One moment. This is how I found the best way to acquire food is. He will step out in front of a moving car.
Oh!
That's fucking one way to do it. What is the masquerade?
I mean, yeah, I can imagine me and Mark's like, oh, that's well, yeah.
He will casually hold out a hand, and the car will impact the hand, and he will stay perfectly still.
I want to get this dude as a mentor. I want like fucking goals right now.
At which point you will see the driver ejected through the windscreen at high velocities, faster than an adder. He will catch him in midair and hold him out and say, "I find that this is a very effective method."
I love him.
I like the two Sabat vampires are like, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
He's holding him out to Rash like, huh?
Come on, buddy.
Yeah, no, Rash will take him and just kind of rip his throat out first. Because, I mean, if he just starts eating the dude in the middle of the street, he's going to start screaming and other people are going to come and it's going to get bad. So he's going to rip his throat out first.
On a side note, the sound of the car crash was immense. It was literally a...
We should probably go now. After ripping the dude's throat out, Rash will look up and say, "That will no doubt bring other humans out."
Wonderful! We shall have a feast!
You know, Rash is just there kind of like, I like the way you think, my dude.
I mean, he just nods like, okay, I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Woo. I'm not going to say no to the elder Nosferatu, who's older than Jesus, probably. In her head.
You could ask him what year he was born if you'd like.
I'm very tempted. He seems really fucking, like, nice.
He's also insane, as in he's literally got like 3 derangements on his sheet. One of them is near senility.
Oh
I love him.
You know what, fuck it, I think Amelia might ask, because fuck it, why not? What year were you born in, if you don't mind me asking?
He stops and he contemplates for a moment. He says, "Ah, yes, the year of my birth." He appears to be actively concentrating. The year of our Lord 302.
Looks at Rash like 302.
Rash just kind of looks over and is like, just kind of nods, like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, we can rampage. It's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, like, you know, OC, if like anything fucking comes at us, we can just set the goddamn Pretty sure this Nos is like potence and fortitude out the fucking ass.
Well, actually, if you ask him that, he is. Hang on, I have to get this. I have to get this right. Give me a moment.
We're too old to bother with every new fad of Canite culture that comes along.
Um, he will nod and he will say, "Indeed, I am. I believe." He will kind of turn around and he will shrug as he kind of flicks car pieces from his hand. Well, so children, what is it that you do to occupy your nights?
Hmm. Or the best answer to this to the Nos has no comprehension of what the Sword of Cain is. We are in conflict, and we spend our time feasting and feeding, preparing.
I learn more. I try to find what knowledge I can through any means necessary. Mostly through wraiths.
I lead my men into war. Mila just say, nodding to herself.
I see. To whom are you at war with?
She kind of like frowns, rubbing her chin. Another kindred group called the Camarilla.
You fight the rose. Why?
But
Is the rose not beautiful?
Oh no.
she kind of looks at Rash like, what? You know what I mean? Like
You know Camarilla means rose, right?
Yeah. And he's like, is rose not beautiful? And Amelia's like,
Rash just kind of looks over and is like, nah, you really a part of this bad. I'm just like in here because I gotta be. You can deal with this. Of course, he doesn't say that, but like that's the look on his face of just kind of like, yeah, you got this. You can handle this. Thumbs up.
All right, Amelia, it's time to go full loyalist on this bitch. The rose brings chains. We have fought to break the chains, and we continue fighting, as our people have, as my clan has, to provide the leadership and the strength. One must always fight if the rose always brings chains.
He will walk up. You see him. He shows his fangs when you're not sure if he's smiling or snarling.
Oh, fuck.
And he will then pat you on the head and say, "Whatever you think, child."
I just got told by Dad, yeah. She's just kind of like, oh, well, all right then. I will think that.
This dude is like who Rash aspires to be in his old age.
I am the grandson of Abbess Milliard. Do you even know what that means?
Once I roll my intelligence, vampire lord, yeah.
Do you want to roll that DC 7 needing 3 successes?
All right. Let's derp our way to victory again. No, only 2. I have no fucking clue who this person is. I do not. She'll say, to be honest, she'll just say very honestly, there's no point in fucking hiding that. She has no clue who he is.
Rash fucking botch, so Rash is just like,
Did you succeed, Kim?
oh no.
You can ask him who it is.
Who is this, if you don't mind explaining to a young neonate?
Have you lost so much of your lore, child?
The Bruja suffered greatly. We are rebuilding, and I am still young and learning.
Oh, darling child. Abbas Miliad is the creator, the birth giver of the Nosferatu.
He's talking about an antediluvian.
Oh yeah. Oh no, it's somebody. Oh god, the Nos Lord yet. Yeah, I'm pretty like if I remember correctly, that fucking dude like fucking ended up hating the goddamn Nosferatu because it was just like he didn't want to be this fucking ugly.
He
And
constantly hunts them down. He created
Tuku.
the Nictuku to hunt them down. I think I killed Kim. Oh, by the way, if he is his grandson, what generation is he?
Aye. That's what generation he is. So, like, I mean, like, Amelia just literally probably just stares, just like, Bo.
He is indeed 5th generation, kids.
Rash is just kind of chilling there, like.
Yeah, Amelia's just like, I don't even know what to say. You know, kind of internally.
I'd like to put out for posterity, I fucking love the name of this hangout. It's called New Blood, Old Blood, All the Blood.
You big-mouthed one.
He's pointing at Rash.
Oh.
Rash will lift the hand up to like his mouth, and he's just kind of touching it. Like, is my mouth really that big? Like,
yes, I have much to teach you. Come.
Oh, if you say so, I would be honored.
At which point he will wrap his arms around both Amelia and Nareem, and he vaults 4 stories onto the roof opposite you.
Rash is still holding on to that corpse. It's his dinner.
That's fine. It doesn't seem to affect his ability to jump in the slightest.
Good.
He just goes along with it because it's like, yep, this is happening. Oh boy.
This is amazing. I love him.
Jesus Christ.
As he's walking across the rooftops, he will say,
I will make a concession to you children. A question for a question. You may ask me what you wish to know, and I will fill in the gaps in your rather obviously lacking wisdom. And in exchange, I will ask you about this world in which we find ourselves. So many wonders.
Rash nods. Bites off a finger.
Amelia nods. She's like, that seems fair.
By all means, you may go first.
Which one, to the Nagaraj or the Bruja?
Both of you. You can both ask him a question.
Why do you call me Philosopher King?
Do you not know? The Bruja are known for their passions, but also they are known for their wisdom. They possess great writings and libraries. Entire great works have been commissioned by them, and they are some of the most learned kindred in all the night.
Nods. I knew it was true. Just say, smiling to herself. We are more than just mindless rabble.
And Body Eater, what would you know?
Out of all the things Rash has fucking been called in his life, he ain't even gonna fuck with that one. He's just like, whatever. Damn. What is a question that Ash has, or that God damn it, Evan, now you got me saying Rash.
Haha.
Or Ash. Fuck you.
Haha.
I'll just kind of like rub his chin, probably smearing blood all over the place, and I'll just kind of say, "What did you do previously before you reawakened?"
Define your question.
What did you do? What were your talents? How did you occupy your time? Similar to the question what you asked us earlier.
My children played politics. That was always what they wished to do. Many of them were spy masters. Many of them were great manipulators. I chose to play the game of wisdom and knowledge. I had great archives. I knew many things. And then, when my brothers and sisters were kidnapped and brought away by the treacherous, at which point he puts his foot down and cracks the roof that he's standing on, were taken away by the treacherous Magi of Tremere. I went to find them, bring them home, but they had made them into monsters of stone and blood.
Mia shares the sentiment of when Tremere's mentioned she actually does like snarl in agreement.
Yeah. Fuck the Tremere.
Tremere are the ones we are fighting in the war against.
He will very slowly turn.
Tell me of this Camarilla.
Hunches a bit. They feign ignorance. They feign as if we are equals to the meat sacks below us, as if we are to blend in. They bring chains along with the Tremere who foundate their claims. The Tremere watch and they build their hovels. And they take everything, destroy everything, and then all claim in the names for elders taking power. They are cancer, pretending to be a strength.
They took my children and they made them into flesh monsters, monsters of stone and blood, with great bat wings spread over their backs. They were no longer they any longer. Anywhere where Clan Tremere draws breath, Wenceslaus the Elder will see to it that they are put to final rest, staked neath the sun's gleaming glare.
The nod. No, just not like I can fuck with that. I ain't never played.
Is there anything else that you would know? Then I have asked my question. You have answered.
What to ask? Just kind of look at Rash and see what he's going to ask first, almost kind of waiting to see.
Hold on. You spoke of archives of libraries. Do you know if any of them are still in existence?
I awoke from a slumber of 800 years only recently, child. I do not know if any still stand.
Then, if I might, of course, I'm just gonna arch an eyebrows, like, can I go on with this, or are you gonna like smite me down, or like, just kind of that kind of eyebrow arch?
Smart me down. He's sitting down on the edge of the roof now.
Oh, contemplative little Nosferatu. I want to give him a big hug. I'm not going to give him a big hug, though.
You can hug him if you'd like.
I'm kind of afraid I'd be like eaten.
You can hug him if you'd like.
like, yeah, you can hug him if you want. It's kind of one of those hugs you can only do once.
Well, who knows? He might like hugs.
If you're a very huggy individual, he looks like it.
God, I'm very fucking tempted. Ash will Fuck! Go over to Ireland and throw a goddamn marshmallow at you.
Why a marshmallow?
Just because they're very soft and squishy and won't actually do any damage, but I will still get my rage out. In a very non-harming way. As long as they are fresh marshmallows and you don't do, like, what my grandfather did when we were younger and leave them on top of the fridge. Open. So they would get really hard. Yeah, those were actually the pretty fun days, won't even lie. But anyway, Rash will just kind of sit down beside him. Of course, you know, personal space in between. Because he's like, I ain't about to get up in this dude's personal space. And he'll ask, or he'll kind of say, then, since you do not know if you are amenable to it, I would offer my help in finding some of them and seeing if they are still there.
They are far away in distant lands. Even if they existed still, I have no doubt that scavengers will have found them by now. It is fine. I remember most things, and knowledge can always be found again anew.
He nods.
He will look at Rash and he will quirk his head to the side and he will say,
You also look for knowledge.
That I do.
Why?
What are we without knowledge? Sure, some people believe that war and fighting is all there is, and not to be offensive, of course, Amelia, you are a lovely woman. He says, just kind of turning around and gesturing towards her.
He's like, no, you're good. You're good. You're a scholar. I'm a fighter. I ain't gonna complain. You know what I mean? Fine.
And he'll just go on to say, there's so much that I am clearly lacking that I don't know. And without the books, it would be difficult for me to know. It's, to be honest, rather difficult to get knowledge nowadays from some of the elder vampires. They want favors in exchange for tidbits of knowledge that, well, are vital. And so I grasp at whatever knowledge I can get. I loathe being ignorant, and just by the short conversation I've had with you, it's very blatant just how ignorant I am of this world.
he will contemplate for a moment. He will say,
All of my children are more than likely gone. More than likely all dead now. That is the nature of things. But I would be happy to teach you what I know, should you wish to learn it.
Fucking score! He will, he'll kind of sit there pondering over that for a moment. Of course, not wanting to seem too overly eager, but clearly way overly eager. He'll nod his head and say, I would rather enjoy that. Though, of course, this is merely something I have to ask, but what would you ask in exchange for this knowledge?
he'll blink, kind of confused.
That you wish to learn.
Or what was that?
That you wish to learn.
You know, okay. That I definitely do.
I should find somewhere to lay my head before the sun comes out.
He contemplates.
I would offer you a space where I am staying, but I don't even have a permanent residence as much as I would prefer. I, too, have kind of recently woken up, in a sense.
Ah, are you as equally out of time as I am?
To a point. I'm definitely not as old as you, but the last, he'll just kind of wiggle his hand, 45 or so years I've spent either staked or in a hole, actually put there by a Tremere and kept as a body disposal. So I unfortunately do not have a haven as much as I wish I did.
Amelia's like, you'd be probably insulted by my pack and how intellectually stupid we all are, so I'm not going to say anything.
However, you know how you were looking for a smart person?
We are looking for a smart person.
I mean, he seems pretty smart.
Amelia's like, just the light bulb, like the other Metal Gear Solid exclamation goes vroom, at the top of her head. I do have a book that you would be interested in.
I love books.
Just smile. It's old. It was recovered from Chantry.
I have learned this word recently. I don't like it.
Neither do I, but we recovered it through conquest, so I would be happy to show it to you. Perhaps you could help me translate and understand it.
I will find a place to rest my head, and when I've done that, then I will let both of you know where it is.
He will stand up and he will kind of brush himself off.
It has been greatly pleasurable to meet both of you.
And you as well.
He will casually jump off the roof.
No! Just this awkward, like, we're all about to say goodbyes and then he's gone and it's like, oh.
And before he hits the ground, he vanishes from your sight.
Oh, yeah, of course. Looks over to Rash. Well, I suppose we're going to keep this between us, that we found him.
Rash, who was kind of eaten through the shoulder blade, so there's the body and then there's an arm. We'll just kind of, wave that arm around. It's kind of, yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. And then he'll take a bite of one of the fingers, crunch for a moment, and then kind of lifted the body up and offers it to Amelia. There might still be some blood there. I don't think it poured out all over the place.
She just smile and incline her head. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. She just settle down beside him and start trying to suck the blood out as he's gnawing away on the fingers and stuff like that.
Well, no, he ate a hole through the shoulder blade, so the arm came off. So there's just this one-armed body currently without a throat. I'm not sure how many blood points are left in there. You can ask Evan.
About 4.
Yeah, should take it.
All right.
Something like a straw.
And with that in mind, guys, the next evening you will get a tiny mouse or a rat will purple up to you regardless where you are, and it will have an address written in very spidery handwriting in its mouth, written in a piece of paper in its mouth.
Oh,
Aw. So adorable. Thank you. And Rash will offer it like a small piece of bread or a crumb or something.
The mouse is appreciative before it'll turn and waddle off.
Always be nice to the Nosferatu pets.
oh yeah.
Always.
The address is to an abandoned church.
Okay, Amelia, who has early riser, she gets up before all of her packmates and just takes the book, and we'll head there as soon as possible.
All right, well, I'm going to call the scene there, guys. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness and Dublin.